Now we're going to find out more about the history of quarantine. It's been in the news recently after an outbreak of a deadly virus on a cruise ship. Passengers have now been sent to their home countries, including Australia, where they'll spend time in quarantine. But what does that actually mean? Cushy went back in time to find out.
Ahoy! We have reached our destination! Avast! Drop anchors, matey! This be where the treasure lies! We're going to be rich!
They said we can't.
What? What do you mean we can't?
They said we can't go ashore. We have to quarantine.
Shiver me timbers.
Yep, quarantine has been used to stop the spread of disease for thousands of years. The word quarantine actually originated in Venice. Back in the 1300s, authorities were trying to stop the spread of the bubonic plague, or Black Death.
Black Death, you say? That sounds bad.
The plague, which was spread by the fleas that live on rats, killed millions of people across Europe. So officials decided to keep people out of the city until they were sure they weren't sick. At first, they were kept on their ships for 30 days, or Trentino. But then it was increased to 40 days, or Quarantina.
40 days? They want me to stay on the ship for 40 days? I'm not even sick. How is this even fair?
Yeah, quarantine wasn't always popular with the people who had to experience it. But for a long time, it was the main tool that societies had to stop diseases from spreading. And that's because if you're exposed to an illness, it can take days or even weeks before you get sick. Sometimes you don't get sick at all, but you can still be spreading the disease to other people. Today, we still practice quarantine regularly, whether it's you staying at home when you're sick or authorities quarantining animals entering the country. Then, of course, there was COVID, when quarantining became a huge part of our lives not that long ago.
Day 6 of the quarantine, I made this.
Welcome to day 3 of coronavirus updates.
As the coronavirus was spreading, countries around the world started quarantining anyone who had been exposed, or been to places where they might have been exposed. Some were put into hotels that had been specially designated for quarantine. And there were newly built quarantine centres like this one in Western Australia, which just got 6 new residents.
Aboard that cruise ship where a deadly
hantavirus outbreak has grown to...
You might have heard about this ship, the MV Hondius. It's a Dutch cruise ship that recently had a hantavirus outbreak in the Atlantic Ocean. Hantavirus is a rare but serious disease that you usually only get from rodents, like rats and mice. The one that broke out on this ship is an even rarer strain that can be transferred from human to human. People were stuck on the ship for weeks, while authorities tried to decide what to do, while also trying to track down people who had already left the ship. Now the passengers have been carefully transferred to their home countries, including 5 Australian residents and 1 New Zealander who will be spending at least 3 weeks at the quarantine centre. They'll be regularly tested to make sure they haven't got the virus and treated if they do. While it's had a lot of people worried that we could be facing another pandemic, health experts say that's not going to happen.
This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship.
They say hantavirus isn't nearly as contagious as COVID, which means the risks to the public are really low. But as with any serious disease, they're taking this really seriously to make sure the people who are affected and everyone else stays safe.
Did you know the crew of Apollo 11 were quarantined just in case moon germs invaded Earth? While it might seem a bit sci-fi, no one at the time knew for sure if the moon was sterile. So, just in case, Neil, Buzz and Michael were isolated for 3 weeks when they got back to Earth.